Hello class. Contrary to my last video, the way I ended it, I'm going to do another thing about bump mapping, one more, which is looking at the standing seam metal roof that I sort of already accomplished here. But I'm going to show you how I did it because as it turned out, that material that I brought in from SketchUp, it wasn't, I couldn't just play with the tricks that I showed in the previous videos. I actually had to create new art using it as a map, which is what you can do. You can literally create new art pretty simply. I mean, it didn't take me that long to do. So I'm just going to show you what I did. What I did, of course, is I just started the same way as I did before. So I came down to this roofing material and I opened it up. Now, the standing seam metal roof, of course, has the seam. It stands proud. And what we're seeing really here to make the way that SketchUp does it, it just adds a shadow to it. And so we sort of see a deep shadow sort of fading out here and over here. The problem is that just it doesn't really have the sort of standing component to it, and we can let the model take care of the shadowing and stuff like that. So we really don't need that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to layer. I'm going to make a new layer, and since the standing seam wants to pop up, I'm going to come here. I'm going to select my marquee tool, and I'm going to make a width that's about whatever I think the standing seam should be. And I'm going to go edit, fill, and I'm going to go to up here, not foreground. I'm going to change it to white so that pops up. And I'm just going to go to my move command and hit ALT on the keyboard to copy this and put it over on the side. So that's going to make the parts that stand up. And then what I want to do is this really can be, I mean, it's metal, it should be smooth, so it can be a consistent color. And there might be some shadowing coming across that I don't really want. So if you want to get rid of that, I might just make a new layer. And I might come up to my paint dropper here. I'm going to change this to average by 5 or 11 or whatever. I'm going to select it so I get the full color. Then I'm going to go edit, fill, and change this to foreground color, which will be that brown. And now it's made a sort of perfectly smooth brown. And I'll save this as a JPEG, which I've already done, so I'm not going to go ahead and resave it. Uh, Actually, this could be a 50% gray too. It's brown, it's 50% brown, doesn't matter really what it is. But anyway, then I applied it to the bump map like I did in the previous videos, and I put it up pretty high to sort of get it. I'm going to see how this renders. I'm not sure. Maybe I could pull it up higher, maybe not. And then you can, of course, change all these settings as you need to as you go. So I'm going to stop that video there. That's just a new way of thinking about bump textures, and I'll come back with more about materials in the next video.